Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome again to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. I say welcome again to Snacks Thoughts. And what is my thought on this podcast? Well, on this one, I was thinking about, prepping for my trip to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So for this podcast, I'll title it Considering Expatriation to Brazil. And what has caused me to consider expatriating to Brazil? Well, as some of you may or may not know, my background is in the military. I did a full career in the military, and I spent about 75% of it overseas, living abroad. So I was kind of used to being in living in different cultures, So it's kind of like a norm for me. And actually, even though I've been back in the United States since 2007, 2008, it's still some things that are a bit of a culture shock, to me. But I mean, I'm still enjoying it, being at home. But I just I got that fever for, overseas. But what is it, that is potentially prompting me to consider permanent residency in Brazil? Well, I obviously received different information from friends of mine, up close and personal. And then I follow, expat channels on YouTube. And I've always, loved travel. And to be honest with you, I love the United States, but I prefer overseas is more of my choice, But, I was thinking about it, and I am making plans for my trip to Brazil this year, and I just want to get over there, and I want to check out the environment, and the culture up close and personal to see how I like it, and just decide whether or not if it's for me. And obviously, in terms, I've already done my research, so I already know in terms of certain business opportunities, the door is open. So, starting a business or either carrying a business over there would be no problem, for me. But some of the reasons that I considered Brazil, and most places that every place I've been overseas, in most cases, it's pretty much been a bit of a more laid back lifestyle than what is in the United States. In the United States, obviously, is a bit more, intense. I mean, that's just how we get down, or how we operate, whereas when I've even been in huge cities overseas, it still, pales in comparison, the pace and intensity, of what it is here in the States. And I've always been more of a laid-back kind of person. That's kind of my personality. Just like to, kick back and, I work effectively, but in a much calmer and smoother environment, But what prompted me, I'm just, listening to, different friends that I've had and associates that have actually been over there. And then I've seen some things on some YouTube channels, with expats that have made the transition and decided to relocate. And I was like, piqued my interest. And then also you have even though I know Rio de Janeiro is considered to be one of the more expensive cities in South America. It's supposed to be expensive, but I looked at the cost of living. So definitely cost of living. And then with me having the knowledge that I have, because I've lived and traveled to like 23 different countries, so I'm very knowledgeable and have been exposed to many different types of cultures. But I also look at the aspect that it's laid back, and the environment I haven't seen it yet, but I would have to think it might be, maybe a bit less intense than the United States, but we'll see. But this is something I'm possibly considering. And I'm making an assumption in my mind based on my past experiences with all the different countries I've been in, that it would still be a bit more, it's going to be more laid back than the United States is. So I feel in a laid back environment that it will definitely add years to your life. And I figured this out, when I had my first tour overseas, when I went to England. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I'm over here getting paid and, I'm making more money overseas than I would be stateside. And this environment is much more laid back. People have a lot more leisure time. They taking time out, man, to, smell the grass, smell the air, smell the roses, and, you're getting paid, to do it. Also, what I'd found, overseas, I definitely enjoyed was the culture, especially in Europe, with the athletics. Obviously, everybody is not, athletic, as I was, but the culture seemed to be a bit more active, more exercising, and they obviously have more public facilities for the general population to work out in. So all of these things add to your quality of life. I would say definitely the food. It's not so pumped up on steroids, and it's more natural. So using more natural ingredients, so you get in my opinion, more natural and a better quality of food. But I think overall overseas, I had a better quality of life. And so I anticipate that there'll probably be certain similarities in Brazil. Now, as to whether I like it, individually in comparison to the other places that I've been, remains to be seen. I'll find that out. But pretty much everywhere I've been, even though there are different cultures and, different societies, there are certain things that are mainstays, or that is in common. And generally speaking, the lifestyle was more laid back. There was more leisure time. And there was, to me, it was actually better quality of life. So I'm considering different aspects of that. What's my quality of life? Will it be more laid back? What are my, business opportunities? Will I still be able to, conduct business? And then, especially now with everything being online, and there's other opportunities, I don't see myself being hindered in any way. In terms of getting a residency visa, the requirements are, pretty simple. So that's not a big deal, but it's something that I'm excited. I guess it'll be my 24th country, but I'm definitely considering it, permanently, expatriating. So if it's not Brazil, then I'll eventually wind up permanently, seeking residence somewhere else outside of the United States. But like anything, you have to, make sure you plan, properly. Make sure that the environment that you intend to go to, what is its standards of living in terms of your living here in the United States. And understand, we are westernized. Normally the West supposedly is supposed to be up to speed and modern. Now, you do have obviously other nations that are, modernized and stuff like that. Definitely Japan. Obviously you can look at a lot of China now, And then obviously you have, Dubai, and then I've been to Bahrain also, so you definitely want to consider, does this environment offer you, what you need? And is it something that you can adjust to without it being too much of a culture shock, And definitely make sure that your finances are straight. Whether you're going to, are you going to be working? Are you going to be running a business? Or do you have, retirement income? No matter where you go, you're always going to need money. So you have to make sure you keep money coming in. You got to consider medical, dental, all of these things, make sure medical, dental, life insurance, all of that, So, it's just something, safety, where you're going to reside at, and because I don't plan on living in nobody's ghetto, no matter where I go. That's the reason why I joined the military, was to get out of the ghetto that I was in, when I was in New York. So why would I want to go overseas to somebody else's hood? Fought to get out of that, so consider that, and if you have younger kids or whatever like that, hey, where they gonna go to school at, is it family friendly? So it's just different things, to consider. But yeah, so I'm going over there to, take a trip and see for myself, if this is a place that I want to permanently reside. And if it's not, then, I still have other countries that are on my list, that I intend to check out and see if it's somewhere that I want to stay. I look at things also like in terms of, can you purchase real estate? Can you own, like you do in the United States? And Brazil is a place that as an expat that you can own. So you can own property and land. And Brazil is a very big country, so they definitely have plenty of land. Now there may be certain rules, if you're not a citizen, which parts of the country and where you can purchase land, land at and own it, but nevertheless you can. So there are opportunities there, but it's just something that I'm considering, expatriating and, hey, punching out, get out the rat race, and so I can just go on and, just kick back and set up permanent shop. But we'll see. We'll see. So I'm planning a trip, and I'll check it out. I've already checked out, the prices of real estate, so, I'm on par for that, and I know what it takes to get your, residency visa, which is very simple. All you have to do is just open up a, one of the ways is, you have to prove that you have a certain amount of, income for certain visas, or you have to open up a, Brazilian bank account. And, I think put 5,000 US or something like that, in it. So that automatically guarantees that you get into the country. So it's just, it's simple, not real difficult, but we'll see, how things are going with all this COVID and stuff like that, what the new, travel regulations and restrictions are. But yeah, something I'm definitely looking forward to, my first trip, to Brazil. And so I'll see, if I think that it's a good fit, then, and I can compare it and consider against, other options. And if I think it's a good fit, then, hey, maybe it's the time to make that move and make preparations to get on over there and set up shop permanently, But yeah, just my thoughts, though. Just what I was thinking about, though. But anyway, I'm not going to hold you guys up long on this podcast, but just something to think about. Maybe some of you may be thinking about expatriation. Not even if it's not even full-time. Maybe you may want to do it part-time. Me, I'm thinking full-time, just come back to visit the United States. But, hey, everybody's got their thing. That's just my stick. But thanks, guys, for listening. And again, the name of my podcast is Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. And you can find me on Anchor, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Radio PBM, Listen, SoundCloud, and a host of other social media platforms. And so please join my podcast. Please join and share it, with friends, enemies, associates, dogs, cats, bats, Spread it out, push it out. And I also have a YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. And so go over there and subscribe to my YouTube channel and smash that like button. Leave comments. I love to dialogue with you. But again, guys, the title for this podcast: Considering Expatriation to Brazil. All right, that's all I have on this one, guys, and I will be hollering at you soon. All right, peace out and enjoy your weekend. Later.